Hello, friends. It's Chops, and welcome to a somewhat delayed Chops vlog. I have been making myself busy, a good kind of busy, an enjoyable busy. Ooh, let me get this light pointed in a better direction. All right, cool. I don't look quite so washed out. I've been busy in real life on purpose, a good kind of busy, doing some projects that I've been working on. I've got like a dozen trees in the backyard, and I've been having to clear out a bunch of like felled limbs and brush and stuff. So doing a lot of yard work, which is always fun, and it makes my backyard a very nice place to be. Um, Done some other like hobby things. Whatever, you guys don't care. You're here for World of Warcraft. Uh, but I am questing in Gorgrond. Gorgrond? How do you pronounce it? Gorgrond. Yes, I am questing in Gorgrond now. I'm not too deep into it. I'm only a few quest lines in, but I find it a little more enjoyable than I did Talador. So there's that. I can't really put my finger on why I find it a little more enjoyable. Maybe the quests are a little funnier, or it involves Dark Iron Dwarves a little bit. So always cool. Maybe I just like the zone. I don't really like the zone design though. But the questing is a little more fun. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. But whatever. It is what it is. We're getting through Gorgrond. And then I'm not actually sure. Does Alliance have quests out here? I don't know. But whatever. We're almost done questing in WAD. I have been taking my sweet time getting through it. In part because I have been busy in real life, but also in part because it's like I was fairly convinced that they were farther into the development cycle of Dragonflight than they normally are when they announce an X pack. And so I thought we were going to be looking at Dragonflight like as soon as October or November. I was wrong. Uh, they just released, or not just released, but released a week or so ago, like the next season's schedule, I guess. And based on that, it looks like we are like almost a year out from Dragonflight. I think people are saying March or April of next year, which is shocking. So I don't feel quite as much. I don't feel quite as much pressure to get through this as quickly as I wanted to. Wait a minute, was that a transmog? It's not. Okay. To get through this as quickly as I was feeling earlier. So taking a little bit of time with it. I'm also, like I said, I've mentioned earlier, I'm just not as compelled to quest through this like I was through MOP. So there's that. But yeah, so I'm moving along. What I wanted to talk about today was 9.2.5 is coming, and there are some changes for level 20s that folks should probably know about. There are a couple of small class buffs. So Beastmaster Hunters are getting like, I think it's like 4% more damage or something like that. And then Arcane Mages are getting a little more damage on, I think it's Arcane Missiles and Arcane Blast. People are groaning about that, as they should. It kind of sucks. They're already two of the highest DPS classes or two of the highest DPS specs in the bracket, and they're getting a little more DPS. But what that it doesn't, it's not a huge deal because it's not like they're going to become any more. I guess they're already unbearable, and so they're just going to stay unbearable. Like I'm not terribly worried about that. One thing that is changing that I like is there is a 10% damage reduction in PvP on Earth Shock for Elemental Shaman. That's going away in 9.2.5. I almost forgot what patch we were on. That's going away in the next patch, which is cool. My favorite vet is an elemental shaman. I really like playing it. I'm terrible at it, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm excited for that. A little more damage on the Earth Shock. That'll be cool. The big change in 9.2.5, and I talked about this in a video of mine. I think I called it "This is the End." Is this the end? Something like that. Is cross-faction play is coming. And for the most part, it's not really going to affect level 20s. But there is one big thing that's going to matter, and that is that the Viking helm from Oldeman will be available to Alliance plate wearers, which means I'm going to have to get on some cross-faction action, get my warrior into Oldeman and get that helm. So there is that. But other than that, there is some excitement that cross-faction battlegrounds might mean like cross-faction arena war games. And I'm not sure, somebody's probably tested this on the PTR more thoroughly than I have, but I did hop on the PTR and loaded up a bunch of clients and tested it myself. And I was unable to get war games to work with cross-faction groups. Now that might be because I was having to do it all on the same BNet, and all my characters are on the same battle net. And maybe it's real simple to do an update through the battle net, but it wasn't letting war games requests be sent either via the add-on or via the inline command in cross-faction groups. So that was slightly disappointing. I didn't try solo shuffle. I should have. I was just not. I've got a good computer. I'm not sure I've got a 6 clients open at the same time good computer, so I didn't try it. 4 clients was fine. Didn't seem to give me too much trouble, but you never want to push it, right? So I didn't try that. But that said, solo shuffle wasn't initially open to us. Like, I feel like I remember there being a short period of time between when it was introduced and when 20s were able to get into it. So it's possible that solo shuffle is doable cross-faction, which would be cool. Because I know, for instance, like Rise really prefers to play Goblin Shaman. I, for arenas, really prefer to play Tauren Warrior. And both of us, those are our vets. Is Rise has a Goblin Shaman, I have a Tauren Warrior. And then I know that like some people prefer different racials for different classes and stuff like that when they're playing. So if that's possible, which is it's an if. There's a big if there. It would be very cool. But other than that, I don't think it impacts 20s really all that much. Random BG tool and random dungeon finder are explicitly excluded from cross-faction. So there is that. There's probably some other shenanigans to be gotten up to. I haven't really tested it much on the PTR. I haven't done things like try to party sync cross-faction. I haven't done things like... I know you can run legacy dungeons as cross-faction, which is good. It'll be fun for people who like for instance, I have all of my 60s are Alliance, and I have a Horde vet twink that I'm working on. I'll be able to carry my Horde twink through dungeons on my 60. That'll be cool. And there is the quality of life change too. Somebody mentioned that you're able to mail cross-faction. I haven't tried it specifically, but if that's true, if that does happen, and we're able to send mail cross-faction, that's a huge quality of life change even if it is just to your own tunes, like your own account, because having to like mule stuff across the auction house with a buddy is always a pain in the ass, or across two different BNets, also a pain in the ass. So if they did change that, that's a great quality of life change. That said, everything I feel about cross faction in terms of game design still holds. I hate it. I hate the sort of direction that it indicates the game designers' heads are at. I don't like it. I don't think it bodes well for the future of the game. But for the remainder of this X Pack, at least, it is somewhat beneficial to me personally because, hey, Viking Helm on my free to play, which is annoying. Anyways, that's all I have for this. I'm gonna keep on questing. As I was recording, Andre hit me up about doing some PvP, so I might actually do a little PvP, and that might be the end of this video. Either way, we'll see what happens. Thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys next time.